Okay, we're going bridge fishing, Southwest Florida, sweeping big baits, catching fish. Let's go. Okay, all we're doing is sweeping big plastics under the bridge. We have an outgoing tide, and all we're gonna do is cast up current and sweep them underneath, keeping them right off the bottom. There's been big fish under here lately, so we're gonna see what we can do. Okay, we got a shitty wind coming into our face, but what that does is it keeps that current moving fast. So we have small tides here in the Gulf Coast, but what ends up happening is when that wind starts moving in the same direction as the tide, it keeps it moving a little bit faster. A cool trick is almost every time you see a break in the concrete, that usually signifies that there's a piling underneath. So those will usually correspond. So you know if you want to fish piling to piling, you can position yourself on the crack and fish the next spot. Lots of times at night, what these fish do is they put their face into the current and they just wait for bait fish to come to them underneath the bridge. So what we can do is cast parallel to the bridge and allow the current to push that bait into their face. Because otherwise there's no way to do it. You can't cast in front of you and present it that way. If the fish are under the bridge, you have to let the current bring it to them. Ooh, did you see that? Slam. Absolutely crushed. Yeah, retie that. It's important to cut that off and retie. So I can touch bottom with an ounce head on my initial drop, but I'm trying to maintain contact with the bottom. So I'm trying to cast and I want to bounce that lure, and what I want it to do is strike the bottom, and then when I pop it, I want it to just flutter just over the bottom, come down, and I can pop it back up once I feel bottom again. But what's happening is I cast and I hit bottom, and then all my line gets in the water and it just starts dragging, it gets picked up, and I can't maintain contact with the bottom. So I'm hoping that by going up a half an ounce, I can do a little bit better. This tide should start slowing down though within the next hour, so maybe that won't be necessary, but I'll give it a shot. It's time to move. It's either got to be a move or a lure change, because if they're not there, it's not worth your time. Bro, 2 thumps in a row. Nothing. See if we can make up for it here. We'll see. It's gonna be slow rolling on the bottom, just real slow. All right, we'll move to the next. We'll come back. So I talked about patterns earlier, and I've been in one. I've had this dialed, but it really just didn't come to fruition today. So we're probably gonna cut our losses. We're gonna fish one more spot tonight, and we'll just pick it up another night. So we'll see you soon. Okay, day number 2, we're gonna try it again. The first night that you saw just a minute ago was not a full swing and a miss. We had a couple strikes, but it wasn't what we were looking for. So I went back to the same bridge yesterday off camera, and a buddy and I, we did pretty good. We caught 5 or 6 snooks, so nothing crazy, but they were definitely feeding. So a shame we didn't get them, but we're gonna hit a new bridge today, using a little bit different tactics that we can talk about out there. So we'll give it a shot. All right, so last night the ticket was still big paddle tails, but in a gray color. So I was throwing a big diesel minnow. Today I'm gonna throw an NLBN 8-inch, but in this silver sort of mullet color. I don't know what the actual name of it is, but that's the ticket. And then if they want a slower, more stagnant profile, I have a shrimp tied on. So kind of got our big bait and small bait bases kind of tied on, and see what we can get. So this bridge is a little bit different than the last one. On the previous footage, what we were doing was drifting baits from the shadow line into the bridge. This bridge is unique because there's 2 drivable bridges and then 1 abandoned bridge. And at this spot, you're casting into structure, drifting towards structure. So, and the shadow line sits between 2 of the bridges. So that sort of creates a unique situation as compared to the bridge we fished at a couple days ago, where now instead of drifting the bait underneath the bridge, we want to keep our bait between 2 bridges on a shadow line. So it's going to change the strategy a little bit. And it just kind of goes to show how, depending on where you are, you need to adjust your style. Just because it's the same type of fish and the same type of lures does not indicate the same fishing techniques, tactics, and procedures. So this is not the primary of where I wanted to fish tonight, but I did see a tarpon roll, so I'm gonna stop and fish it real quick and see if we get anything. Oh, yep. Tank. That's a stud. Net, please. All right. So, as you can see, that fish is not big. It felt giant. That's because we got him right in the side, so he was fighting sideways that entire time. So, not a big fish, just gave us a fight like a big fish. All right, the fish are kind of going nuts around us. They're jumping and splashing everywhere. But I haven't gotten a ton of action on this 8-inch. So I'm thinking if I don't get a hit here in the next couple minutes, another hit, we'll switch up to a, oh yeah, that's tarpon, baby. Come on. A couple more casts with the 8-inch, and we'll get on to a smaller bait. smacked. Okay, we're gonna call that the end of it. It didn't work out in our favor, but I think we're gonna roll with it as a video just because it does show the reality of what bridge fishing can look like. You know, the life of a land-based fisherman can be stressful at best for a lot of the times. So, you know, we really didn't capitalize on our opportunities. We only stuck and landed one snook in 2 nights. And just last night off camera, we did okay. So that sucks. We only had about an hour to put it together today, and the fish were feeding and we just really couldn't put it together. So honestly, for the sake of just learning how to edit and learning how to do things, I think we'll make this a video. But thanks for tuning in. If you made it this far, you probably didn't. There's probably one of you, it's probably my wife, but thank you so much and have a good one.